Hey there everybody, and welcome to another account update video for the RS3 Ironman. If you didn't see the first one or aren't familiar with the format, this is set aside from the regular RuneScape Ironman progress series that I have on this channel. It is the same account, but these videos go over where the account is at in real time so that you can get an idea of the real-time progression of the account instead of seeing all of the clips. What that means is that these videos are further ahead than the progress videos are. So if you don't want to be spoiled in terms of the progress videos, then I would suggest that you do not watch these. But if you want an idea of where the account is at in real time from month to month, then I would suggest that you watch these. That's what they're for. So let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to start where we did last time, which means we're going to look at our total time played. So Han says we've been playing for 5 days and 8 hours. So that's, what is that, 128 hours over the last 83 days. That means that over the last 28 days since we've checked, we have more than doubled our total play time. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh well, moving on. Okay, next up I want to have a look at the stat block. It looks like we're now sitting at 1173 total. That's up 310 total levels from 863 last time around. And with we'll call it 2.6 million XP, that's up from 897k XP, so nearly 2 million XP gained. That means we've gone from about 14k an hour XP to about 20k XP an hour. So that's a hefty little bump. Still doesn't sound like very much, but we'll get there. The highest skill is now Magic at level 61, where it was mining at level 51 last month. We've also gone up 18 combat levels from 55 to 73, and 42 quest points from 109 to 151. So overall, those are some pretty hefty gains, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, and then next up, we're going to have a look in the bank here. Starting, of course, with tab 1, this is still mostly just quest items and junk, as any tab 1 really should be. But up at the top, we have fleshed out our area achievement items just a little bit. We have almost an entire row of them, and I think there's only like 2 or 3 more to get. So we're getting pretty close to that, and I definitely do want to knock that out soon. And moving on to tab 2, runes, teleports, and equipment. Our rune collection has certainly fleshed out a little bit, and definitely making some gains there. The teleports too, we've done a couple clue scrolls and got a few teleports around the map, so that's always handy. As far as the equipment goes, I think last month we were at Batwing, and now we have full Mystic as far as mage equipment goes. And we were sitting at Mithril, and now we have Adamant. Although it is already time to wield and smith rune. We have the rune plate body from doing Dragon Slayer, but we need to finish out the rune set, and then we can get rid of the adamant. Moving on to tab 3, food. Not too much has changed here. We have swordfish as the best in bank food item, where it was lobsters last time around. So we've gone up a couple notches there. Plus lots of bacon, you know, because that's healthy and my character really enjoys it. But I think the most noticeable gains here are in the farming loots. We're up to 1200 strawberries, and we should be planting watermelons, but I can't be bothered to go get a bunch of watermelon seeds just yet. So yeah, 1200 strawberries. That's it for food though. We're going to move on to the next tab, which I think as of right now is probably my favorite tab in the bank. Mostly because look at all these herbs. We have a pretty darn healthy collection of herbs and a lot of unfinished potions too. We've basically made no potions, like a small handful at best, and we're already level 44 herb lore, and with all these herbs in the bank. Also, we're really close to unlocking the kingdom, so once we do that, this is going to skyrocket even further. Super stoked about that. Moving on from there though, tab 5 is the rest of the skilling stuff. This has also been fleshed out a little bit better. We have new energies in the bank. These are new. I didn't have any dragon stones last time around, and now I have 11 already. So as soon as we can craft and enchant those into useful equipment, we will be in business. Also, 1400 unpowered orbs with more to be made as well. Means that once we get to 66 magic for air orbs, we're going to have a ton of battle staves to sell, and we will be making absolute bank. Aside from that though, there's not really anything else in here to talk about, so we'll move on to tab 6. This is the most depressing tab, and also the one that has changed the least. This will eventually be milestone capes and other things, but for now it's just my milestone cape 10 and my clan, was it Vexillum, and the cloak as well. Moving on from there though, before I get too depressed, tab 7 is loots. This also hasn't grown a ton, mostly because I've already outed a lot of the better salvage that we've gotten from Slayer and stuff, but I don't really need a ton of cash right now, so I will probably stop doing that and let this build out a little bit. But aside from that, it's really just my bone collection to further increase my prayer level, and all the stone spirits, which actually I will probably use most of one day. And of course the bones for the follow-up to Rag and Bone Man. I already have a good chunk of the necessary bones for that. But yeah, I think that's all there really is to say in here. Moving on to the final tab, which is clue stuff. Both rewards and things you need for the emote clues. I think last time I had everything up into the adamant cane, so we have that, the armadillo robe top, the green d'hide tee, and the red headband, which is probably my favorite new addition. Pretty simple item, but I think it looks cool, especially with my character's haircut. And I think that pretty well leads us into the last couple things we're going to look at today. Starting with wealth, and starting there with coins, you can see we're just over 1.6 mil now, where last episode we had 962k to our name. So we've grown quite a bit there, and in terms of overall wealth, we're now at 15.8 mil, where last time we were at 5.9 mil. So we have grown substantially in the wealth department, which is pretty fantastic if you ask me. And the absolute last thing I want to show you guys today is the pet collection, which, as you can tell, has not grown at all. We still just have Bubbles, our fishing pet, back from level 28 fishing. Not that I'm complaining. Having any pet this early feels pretty darn cool, but I am looking forward to the next one whenever it may come. Alright, and I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We've covered all the new gains since last month. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss the next one, make sure to subscribe. And down in the description, I will have linked the regular Ironman series playlist if you want to watch how we actually got all this cool stuff. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. So make sure you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.